the importance of asking the right questions. Today I'd like to make a video describing a great experience I had taking a course by Jacob Boss, soon to be Dr. Boss. He's a PhD student, and the course was called Hacking the World, and a lot is implied from the title in itself. You see, we learned the importance of asking good questions and what can come out of actualizing not only the questions you ask, but the actions you take each and every second of your life. Literally, each action that you take has an infinite potential to not only affect you, but affect entire worlds and universe around you. Who wrote on this was Hannah Arendt, a 20th century philosopher. You see, what Hannah Arendt talked about was that each action you take, yes, has infinite potentials, but you can't always know the effects of that infinite potentiality of each action you take. So there has to be a form of trust within your actions that you take. So then that creates the opportunity for you to ask the important questions in your life that steer your intentions in the direction that not only are fit for you, but for the entire world that you are part of, because you're not separate from that world. And that's what critical theory really tries to do. It tries to create awareness into the mechanism that we're all a part of, so that we can ask those questions to set more benevolent intentions for not only ourselves, but the entire world around us, not just the human world, but nature, and also the consistently advancing world of technology. There's going to be beings, technological beings, that literally we are already in a symbiotic relationship with. Our phones. This video wouldn't be capable of being viewed by you if there wasn't some form of relationship that we had with technology. And in and of itself, becoming a being is something that is really broken down in the course. I'm out in the rain. It feels great. Anyhow, what I'd like to talk about is hacking the world. The course in itself, the title, what it implies. So to be a hacker, you have to not fully, but have a really good understanding of the system, of the mechanism that you intend to hack, despite your intentions. Now, it's assumed that hackers have bad intentions, but in actuality, we're hacking the world each and every day. But if you raise your awareness of the system that you're hacking, that you are manipulating with your actions, then you can have a more efficient and confident approach to not only shaping yourself, but shaping the world around you, so that there's a better connection and a more harmonious relationship with nature, with technology, with each other. So to bring it back, the questions that you ask and perception that you have of reality and its implications in viewing yourself as a hacker of the system that you're a part of. That could be the political system, the social system, economic system. Those are kind of all interconnected. Everything's interconnected in actuality. Nature, and what it is you're trying to do whenever you set the intention to hack something. Because whether or not you are setting the intention to hack something, you are hacking, or in other words, manipulating everything, because there is a ripple effect in all of reality to each action that you take. Therefore, to really, okay, I want to be happier. Okay, what can I do to make myself happier? There's a lot of things you can do. I'm not going to give you the answers, but that's the thing. Whenever you're looking for something, whenever you're hacking something, you're looking for something. What is it that you're looking for? And I feel, for my own truth, and also from some of the material that we covered in the course, you tend to come to this realization that what you're always looking for is an aspect of you, of something that you feel like is missing within you, but in actuality is already of you. Now that's up to you to kind of discover for yourself and to fully understand, and something that's not necessarily fully able to be expressed with words. But this something is talked about by scholars, by gurus, anybody, philosophers. And it's a beautiful thing to discover, because whenever you discover that, it can be conceptualized and made and given the label of spiritual, or it can just be more real. You come to your senses of what actually is. Now, to give an example of one of the favorite things of mine that I learned in this course was by an author named Karen Berard. And what Karen talked about is quantum theory, and she went into depth on quantum theory in multiple ways. But the thing that intrigued me in how critical theory really provides this approach to everything in life is coming to the realization that this hacking tendency that we have can be given many labels, but it is what drives us, because hacking is a search for knowledge, a search for some kind of information. And scientists do this. They look for information, so they try to understand a system better, the world better, so that they can then not only have that knowledge, but then have the ability to then try to manipulate or hack that system that they've then acquired a knowledge of. Make sense? Simple enough. I'm trying to express something that is very deep, and that's what this course was. It was very philosophically deep, and a lot of things that really made you think long and hard about the perception that has been previously shaped by the world around you, and it gave you a new outlook on multiple things, not this just the infinite potentiality. We covered the ecological idea of oneness and being an aspect of the universe. We covered the idea of AI and having a trust in this futuristic technology that we see as to be something that will be our slaves. Yet we haven't learned from the mistake of making anything our slaves. We've made other humans our slaves, right? We've made the earth our slave by just raping it of resources, literally. And it's killing not only the planet, but the life, the other parts of the system that it is, the aspects of it. This entitlement that we have to control is something that critical theory has brought me to question about not only myself, but of the world and the tendencies of our species, that we seek information so that we may manipulate and control it for our desires, individual and collective as a species, not collective as an ecosystem, as a planet, but as a species. And this entitlement is causing pain to us and other creatures and sentient beings. So this excessive consumption and derivement of resources from our planet is in of itself an example of where hacking can go wrong, and where critical theory really shows its importance of questioning the actions that we've taken and understanding the consequences of the actions that we have taken, and the responsibility of those past actions that we humans have taken, and that responsibility of the actions that we will take. I'm not saying I have the answers, but I'm creating, like this class did for a class, an intellectual community, a conversation, a discourse between people to come to solutions, to come to understandings of not what we want to do, but what should be done. And I believe there's an aspect of letting go of that consistent search that is needed, and that we must learn that we can't do everything. Because if we try to do everything, the further and further we get from losing everything, losing ourselves. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love this course. Thank you so much to Jacob. It was so interesting. I love the conversations that we had as a class, and I'm really looking forward to the book club that we're having. If you're interested in it, please, I'll leave a link to my email below, and you can ask me how you can get involved in this. And then look up critical theory. If you're interested, there are tons of groups that you can acquire, like pieces of writing, to really get an understanding of what it is. Because I really don't have the best answer for what critical theory is and the different applications that it has. This is simply my observations and what really I got out of a class on the undergraduate level of critical theory. Thank you. Now please like, subscribe, share if you enjoyed this. And as always, be true, be positive,